Anyway, ooh, this is when I was really starting to get my style. Like this, this sort of looks like someone I would draw nowadays. But yeah, as you can see by the joke here, I hate when people do the whole "there are starving children in Africa, and all you can think about it yourself." Like this dude's about to die. You know. I think it could be a bit sad about that. It's okay. But yeah. But like honestly, with the exception of the way I drew his arm, I don't think this is too bad. Although the way I drew this thing, like it's supposed to like be like one of those things like that turn things into mulch, like that you see on a farm. But like it's at the wrong angle. I didn't really know about vanishing points back then. I do now. Like if I were to redraw this comic, I think I would do a way better job. Oh, okay, so you know about that song, like "You Had Me from Hello." Like if you do a search, you can find this song. It's like "You had me from hello," and I just thought like ever since I heard that song, I just imagined like some this like this weird disgusting guy, like but like just like literally just like this is not flattering, is it? And also he's not laughing. He's being like, but everyone I showed this to, they were like, hey hey hey, like no, it's hey hey hey, like, but anyway, and this woman has a really bad spine posture. Old MacDonald had an egg, E-I-E-I-O. Wasn't really sure how to draw the mushroom cloud, but I think I did an okay job, all things considered. I probably should have looked at some mushroom clouds for reference, huh? That probably would have helped you. And the way I shaded his, this should be backwards. It should be this part here that's shaded, and the rest of it is not. Like like it should be, that head should be blocking out the sun, and it's not doing that. This looks like a mask almost. Like that's yeah. Oh, this is the first comic with Judge again from Penny and Judge. This is the second comic of the series, and yeah. So I, like when you really think about it, debt is a bit worse punishment if you ask me. So yeah, it's crippling debt, and oh, this is one of my favorites. Oh man, we can't get across. If only I had a bigger dick. How would that help us? What? So I actually got the idea for this comic while playing Super Smash Brothers. I am dead serious. And the World of Light mode in Super Smash Brothers Ultimate, uh, there was this area that has this river, and like I don't know if there's a way to actually get across it. I never found out. But like if you tried, it would be like the current is too strong. You won't be able to pass it. But I tried anyway, and I fell into the river and down the current. And then I was just like, oh, if only the current wasn't so strong. If only I had a bigger dick. And the comic started forming in my head. Like some of my best work is just like from weird things that pop into my head out of nowhere. But like it made me laugh so hard that I literally paused the game and immediately started drawing this. Like, oh, it was hilarious. Anyway, honestly, this one sucks. Like, I don't even know where I was going with this one. Like, this dude's not a cunt. He seems like a nice guy. Although the jaundice in his eyes, you might want to get checked out. But that was just rude. This guy's rude here. Like, this guy's rude. What was I thinking here? Like, even when I drew this, I don't think it was actually that funny. Oh. uh, so, this is another doodle. I drew this guy, and I realized his arms were pretty big. So I made him say this. Like, if you ever seen Austin Powers, like, there's that guy named, like, he literally goes by Fat Bastard. And there was a line where he said, he was like, I eat because I'm unhappy. I'm unhappy because I eat. So I just decided to be like, I'm sad because I have huge arms. I have huge arms because I'm sad. That didn't even make any sense. Oh, uh, I don't even know how to explain this one. I think I just wanted to draw blood. Like, I wanted to see if I could draw, like, really shiny, reflective blood. I'm sane, I promise. And, yeah. This is something I actually drew. I drew this with a mouse, and I don't know why I wanted to draw a face on a cup, but you know, this actually kind of looks like something you would see drawn by. Honestly, he's a manga artist. He just goes by One. He's the guy who made Mob Psycho 100 and One Punch Man. Like if you saw his work, like this sort of looks like something you would see in it. Like he reminds me of what's his name? He was in Mob. He was the ghost. Dimple. That's it. He kind of like this face reminds me of like this looks like a face Dimple would make. Oh, this is an idea I had in a while. Like this is the Kool-Aid Man. Why did I think that was a good idea? I made out of glass. I mean, he's made out of glass. Why would he go through brick walls all the time? You know, he's made out of glass. It makes no sense. Why would he do this? Why would he do this to himself? Anyway, okay. So it was nearing Christmas, as you can probably guess. So now when I posted this online, I titled it Santa's Pre-Christmas Ritual, but when I drew this, I actually titled it Santa's Pre-Christmas Pre-Cum. Uh, Although, as you can see, this wasn't pre, this was finished. And just, uh, and like, actually, just look at this floor. Like, this is very uneven. Like, I should have used a ruler. And like the bed is at an angle. Like, I was not good at perspective yet. And uh, I'll give you a minute to read this. I don't want to. I don't want to read all my comics out loud. I'll give you this. I'll give you a minute here. Anyway, I just always kind of liked, in like movies or TV shows where someone hides in like an area that's meant to be obvious, but then it turns out they're in like a way worse place, like a sewer or a dumpster. And I just thought like a box full of bees. That just seemed funny to me. Actually, I meant for it to look better than a box, but like at the time I just didn't know how to draw anything better than a box. So there we go. Dress for the job you want, not the job you have. That is terrible advice, as you can see for this man. And two things stand out to me that is with this comic. For starters, his face looks it's not aligned. That's not very. Faces are symmetrical. Bodies are symmetrical. This is not. Seriously, his chin is like to his right or left. Um, Also, look at these hands. Anyway, the other thing is that his arms are too long. His hands, like you think his palm will be right here, but yeah. Anyway, and here was my attempt at emulating cyanide and happiness. Literally, when I drew this, this only took maybe like 10 minutes, and really made me realize how simple it is. It's literally just a square, like a circle over a square. I'm not saying like they're like cheap or nothing. Like I love their comics and their shorts, but like when I drew this, I was just like, wow, that was really simple. They could probably shit out like 5 in a day if they wanted to, like if they had enough ideas. But anyway, huh? I don't even know how to explain this one. I just wanted to draw like I just wanted to draw like these eyes here. And in the description, I'm just like, what could he be staring at to make him so in awe? Could it be he has found the meaning of life, or is he looking at the titties? He's looking at tits. It's always tits. Oh, here's another Trump one. I don't know if you remember this, but a while back, this was during the shutdown, the government shutdown. He tweeted a picture of himself signing bills, but people looked at the photo and the paper was blank. So I decided to draw this as a joke, you know. Anyway, so yeah. Oh, this is when I was using a different brush. Like I wanted to try like different brushes. Like this is a G pen brush, and I always hear people talking about G pen brushes, how those are good. But like the way I drew it, like I guess like the resolution was too high or something. The line looked very thick, so this looked like it was very amateurly done. Although that is also because I'm an amateur. So, but like literally, they looked like so ugly that I just decided to. I was like, you know what, this guy has probably hit in the head numerous times. That's why I was like, have you ever had a concussion? He doesn't remember. That's how much head damage he has. Funny. No, it's not. I apologize. I apologize, viewer. But yeah, so like this looks like crap, honestly. This one's much better. This was a brush that I had customized to look like a calligraphy pen, which I think looked better. It was like and like the way I shaded this, I also gave him a bit of a highlight here, which I think looks a bit snazzy. That's the word I was looking for, snazzy. And yeah. Now this, I was messing with the brushes and I found this paintbrush here, and I was just drawing the circle and I was like, hey, this kind of looks like a portal, and I finished it with this purple. And I was like, what would come out of this portal though? So I drew this guy, this weird looking alligator monster, and so yeah. Now I took advice from Strong Bad and I made these consummate V's. I said consummate. Anyway, I kind of like his design. The only thing I don't like is that his hands, these hands here, they suck. But yeah. Oh, one time I had some eggs for dinner, and then partway through eating, I just remembered that these were technically chicken fetus. So it made me sad. So I drew this. One thing I like about this comic though is like this is a TV, so it shows two people talking exactly what's happening in this panel, and then in this panel, this dude shaking his fist at the other guy because this guy's pissed that he said that this guy said that. I wanted to like convey like that's what he's feeling right now. He's like, oh, he's talking to me, yay! Oh, I wish he hadn't said that. That dick. And as you can see in the second or third panel, he looks different. Like consistency is important, and that's actually it's more difficult than it looks. Like see his eyes are higher up in the second panel; they're lower here. Just so it's important to work on that. Anyway, this was the first comic I drew at the beginning of 2019, and yeah. Oh, uh, so I honestly don't remember why I wanted to draw this. I guess I just wanted to draw something that involved like a news station. Maybe I thought of this like the text and it just made me laugh. Oh, top story! A man farted next to me on the bus, and I was like, ew. I don't know. Slow news day, I guess. I don't know. Okay, so uh, this is another one of my favorites. Just like I'm honestly not sure why now that I look at it, but maybe it was because I was drawing like the folds on his shirt, and I was like, ooh, that's fancy looking. It's really not, actually. It's really not. But yeah. Also, you can see like looking at this guy, you can see that the way I used to draw heads, I would draw a D. And, like that's how I would draw their head. Like this, you can see this is very D shaped. Yeah. So this is actually one of the last comics I drew where I just went right at it, like no construction sketching. And so you'll start to see an improvement, I promise. And this is the first one I did with this construction sketch. Like literally, I drew a big circle, then I drew like this as his jaw, and there's a small improvement. But there's one thing that annoys me about this, and that is I drew his hands backwards. That was a common issue I kept doing. Like when you rest your hands at your side, you don't usually have your hands facing in front of you. Like you have it like facing, like either at your sides or like maybe like from behind, but like not like that. Also, the thumb shouldn't be on that side. Like if it's facing that way, the thumb should be on this side. They're flipped. I'm not good with hands. This was another thing I was doodling, and sometimes I just draw weird shapes, and I don't know how to explain this. Okay, Like I was drawing shapes, and I'd be like, "Oh, this kind of looks like it'd be a head, and it's like buried in the sand." Like literally, the reason I drew the stick guy was like, "What the hell is that?" Because like when I was finished, I was just like, "What the hell is that?" Like even when I was drawing it, I didn't know what the hell, what was I doing? Anyway, oh god, this is not funny. This is not funny. So one time, someone bought me Skittles, so as a joke, I said, "I can't wait to put my dick in it." Like just as a joke, a very unfunny joke, and I decided to make that in comic form. Like it's honestly not funny. What was I thinking? Oh, this one I like. This is bad milk. As you can see, it's gone bad. Yeah. Now, the big problem I have with this one is that each panel, I never use the right side of any panel. It's always the left side. I could have zoomed in, showed more, showed like more detail in the face, and like I could have zoomed in on the expiration date here. You know, to make it easier for people to see the milk went bad. Because some people I showed this to, like they didn't actually read the expiration date. They didn't realize it said "fuck you" until like their second viewing, and then only then did they started laughing. So so like that, there's a tip for you. You know, make sure you utilize your canvas space. You know, don't zoom them out too much. This was an issue I had a lot, where like I felt like I had to draw the entire body of the person. You don't need to do that. If you want to show like their facial expression, zoom in on their face. If you want to show what they're doing with their hands, you can stop at the waist. You don't need to draw them in their entirety for each frame. You don't need to do that. You don't make the mistake that I kept doing here. This is like the issue. Like because I show his entire body, he's like so zoomed out and undetailed that he looks like crap. He looks like crap for numerous reasons, though, because I'm a bad artist at this point in time. Still might be a bad artist, but like seeing what I can do nowadays makes me feel better. Is what I'm getting at. Anyway, so this is another doodle. Like I had no like. There's a lot of times where I start drawing and I don't know what to draw, so I just randomly start drawing a face. And so I drew this bald guy, and I thought, like, why is he making that face for? And then I just imagined some kid just being like, "Hey, are you bald?" So, like, look at this mouth. Like, that is a very strange looking mouth here. Like what kind of facial expression is that? I don't know what to call that. Anyway, the pen is mightier than the sword. Anyway, so this is what I was messing with layer styles with the first panel there. I was trying to make a fancy looking background there, so like something you would see in an anime. But as you can see here, like with the layer strokes, like because they were, I think because they're too big or something. Like for these two, they just sort of like it glitched here. Like I re-rendered this comic twice, and it kept making this mistake for some reason, and I couldn't fix that. It hasn't happened to me since, but yeah, that's why it's done that. But yeah. So yeah. Okay, so and again, as I was saying, like I keep drawing the entire bodies. Same with this one, like with the expression of their feet, I keep drawing the entire bodies. And here I keep drawing the bodies. Like these guys look too small. Like they should be taller. And that easel should be smaller. Like why is it that high? But yeah. So you can see, like I tried to draw detail in his eyes, but like he kind of looks high. When you think about it, he looks high. You know. So anyway, nay, horsey. Um. Oh, this was more doodling. I first drew this guy, then I drew this guy on the right. I was like, hey, that's a sort of convincing way to draw freckles. Although these cheeks kind of look more like gills, but like this not freckles, wrinkles. Why did I say freckles? These look like wrinkles. Except these look like gills. But yeah, he looks like a convincing old man at the very least. So ah, Now, very few people are going to remember this, but I originally made this not as a comic, but years ago there was a website called Bitstrips. You might remember that site. You might remember, you might know Bitmojis. Before there were Bitmojis, there was a website called Bitstrips, which was a website where you could make these avatars and then you could customize them and make comics. And I made a comic that was literally this joke here, where I just had the heads visible, and I remembered that one, so I decided to just redraw it, bring it back a couple times, and yeah, I've actually redrawn a few of my Bitstrips. Uh, I like that site. It's gone now, unfortunately, but I really liked it. Nowadays they're just Bitmojis. Feels like a downgrade if you ask me. I miss the comics. Uh, okay, so I always found it odd why some people would say "Are you serial?" instead of "Are you serious?" So so